Good morning to one and all gathering here. Today I am going to talk about the C array programming. C array programming is a collection of same data types, same data types. Here using it's a collection of elements of the same types of that are the reference of the common name. Say for examples, a of 10 means you can assign the 0 to 9 values can be the same elements, the same types. That is an array. That is a collection of array. Here using the different data types can be using for integer, float and characters. Integer you can using the 2 bytes, float can be using the 4 bytes can be using here. It is can be also the data types is the aggregated or derived data types. It's also called for the aggregated or derived data types. All elements of an array occupy a set of memory locations. For examples, we have the list of the 100 students marks of on integer types. If you using the basic data type int, you will declare the something like following. The int is the keywords, the students names are to students mark. It is everything is you can assign the values in the within the same types. That is called for the data array. Next one is here using you can imagine the how long we have to write your declaration part of using the normal variable of the declaration. It's for examples. Example for one programs here is using int is a keyword, main is the functions. Here can be using the main functions. So you can declare the int is a keyword, students mark 1, 2, 3 as a 999. That is the total of the total of the marks means 0 to 999. That is the call for 1000 marks. Students marks can be to occupy within the integer data types. The next one is the return the values. The statement also finish. That is all the programs. The end of the programs is the curly brace can be closed. So next one is how to the array to declare the using the array is the like the reserve the 100,000 100 or 1000 in the conjugation memory locations mean can be stored in the student's mark. For example, you can store 0 to 100 means 0 to 100. 0 to 100 means A of 100. A of 100. You can occupy the space. So here using the int is a keyword, students mark 1000. Here the starting the index values. Here the index subscript 0 to 999. That's also for 1000 students. Int students mark 1000. 0 to 999. The is the index and the subscripts. The starting from the 0. So ending the is the 999. It is the index subscripts. So you can assign the values for students marks. 43 is here. The memory locations can be assigned the 0. The data can be stored in the integer type. So here can be declared the data types int. That is also called to store the values for integer type. So the array name declare the student name is the array name. For example, you can go through our syntax int. Int is your data types. Student's name is your array name. Its size is your 1000. Here, for example, figure for this place 0 to 999 is the index. Here occupy the values 43. 0th place is occupy 43. 1 is the 70. So 2 is the 56, 3 is a 81, 999 is occupied the values 97. The total, the students marks were the students mark 1000. That is the data types. Is the array name can be the store the values, the memory locations. Next one is the, so next we are discuss about the, so how to the simplify the declaration of the variables, index and the subscripts. So identify the looping conditions. Here can be using the looping conditions for loop. For loop, you can assign the two values. You can, for example, so you can declare the two variables, integer variables I or j. The index marks can be to assign. If we have the index of index value, students mark j index. So we do refer the index depth elements of the array of students marks. For example, students marks is 0 to refer the, so zeros is a 43. And that is the values of array of students marks 0. That is the size of is the marks students marks name can be the 43. Those the by change the values of j index, we could refer the any element of the array. The declaration of the occurs the manipulation of the data. So next one is the, we are going to the two different types of arrays can be using here, one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. First one is the, we are talking about the one-dimensional array. So the one-dimensional array declaration part. The basic concept programming language is the first is the header file, next one is the main functions, next one is the declaration part. The declaration part is the most important in the every programming. That is the, you can assign the values. So here the dimension refers to the array size, which have the variables can be declared the, you can use the index or subscript to identify each elements or locations in the memory. If we have the index j index, students marks j index refer the j index the elements of the array of the students mark. For example, here you can refer the one-dimensional array. You can using for the in here using the one-dimensional declaration part, the syntax for the array elements. So array elements, data types, array name, array size. For examples, array elements means you can using the any elements. You can assign the any elements, data types, integer or float and characters. That is. Next one is the array names. You can give the array name is the student's name, employee. For example, student's name, employee name, everything you can give the. Next one is the array size. You can assign the values of array size. You can specify the 10 or 10 means 0 to 9. You can automatically assign 0 to 9. Already we are discussing the first second slide. So 0 to 999. That is also the array size. Here the array name means the student's name. Student's marks are student's name. Those types of arrays is each elements of the array name is the value. You can using the C or C++ identifier name that obey the same rules of the identifier name. The array size define the how many elements of the array will be hold. For examples of the to declare on array of 30 character, construct the people name. We would declare the character. Here the data types is a character. C name is a array name. 30 is a size, array size. The index values can be assigned just for example, the array character can store up to 30 characters with the first characters occupying location C name 0. Z name 0 means here C name 0. Next one is the last character of the occupying the C name to 29. So we can assign the size of 30. So first elements is 0. The last elements is 29. The first elements to occupy the values of the characters, the array of size denoted to the array the J. So next values is the 0, O. Next one is the D, I, E. That is the values can be to assign the character. Here not assign the values. Here can be the characters. Here I am giving to the characters in the data types. Data types. That's only you can assign the J, O, D, I, E, or those are. You can assign the elements means already first we can assign the elements 0 to 999. Here can be the one-dimensional array can be using the characters. So character 30, C name, array name is the 30. So you can assign the values of character values. For example, you can give the A to Z any characters you can assign here. So next one is the declaration part of array. You can using the integer or float characters. So integer you can using the modular of D. So next floating characters using the decimal values, a character using the string values. So you can using the single quotations or double quotations is the compulsory necessary. You can using this. That only you can to take about this to read and write the data. Otherwise, you don't to write and read the data. Here for examples, int xnum 20. So the xnum is the array name. Int is the keyword data types or data types, integer data types or keywords. Okay. So next one is the y's. So this is the other name of array. So y name. Now, so next here the size of 50. So here xnum is here 20. Ynum is here 50. So next float, the f price, certain, F, Y. So here using the price using the, so occupy the size of 10. So next one is the character, CH letters. It's the array name. So size is 70. Here the explanation for the first elements of the data types declare the, so two array name here using to declare the two array names. That is the xnum 20, ynum 50. That is the two array name declare. The two array name is the store to the values of the up to 50. We can store the 50. For example, 0 to 49. Okay. So next we can the second line declare the float. F price and size of 10, array size of 10, F, Y. So here using the floating point values, it can be stored up to the floating point values 0 to 9. Okay, you can give the any calculations or average in the percentage. You can using the or otherwise using the percentage calculations. That time can be using the decimal value. That time they can be using the data types for float. Next one is the character CH letters, the size of 70. For examples, it can be stored in the string up to the 69 characters. For example, 0 to 69. So can be stored in the, here the null terminating character can be assigned at the end of the characters. So must be reversed to the middle. For example, next one is the initialization of an array. So types of character for holding the string may take the characters of the array, character, array name, size, string, locator, constants. The characters is a keywords or data types. So next array name is a array name. Next one is the size. Next one is the string. You can string literal is a constant. Constant means is the fixed. You can don't do change anything. That's only using the constant. Okay. Here the for example programs example for the syntax, the array ch vowels is the previous example would have been the written more compactly as follows the character ch vowels 6. Here the equal to it is the variable. It's the variables. The left side is the variables. The right side is the can be to assign the values or datas. Here using the string. String can be using the for AI, AI, AEIOU. That is the 6 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters you can assign. That is you can using the vowels. It's the other one is the you can assign the last elements can be the null character. So to terminate the null character. When the value assigned to the character array is a string which must be the enclosed in the double quotates, the compile automatically supplies the null character, but we still have to reserve one extra place of the null. So unsize of array variable size we can declare as follows. Character C name. So in this way, empty size. So Mr. Dog Clock. C is a compiler or automatically create an array which is a big enough to hold the all initialization. For examples, how to present to the programming's output, the screen of outputs. So for using the sum of array, for examples, addition of two numbers given to the addition of two numbers are greater than less than. So you can any programs you can assign the array. So single dimensional array or two dimensional array you can use C programming or C++ programming. So he initializing. For examples, you can give the any the calculations you can assign the referring the so array or variable name, but also the index number to instruct sum of array elements. So notice the array elements which is not initialized is set to the 0 automatically. So, okay. The sum of 10 numbers is equal to 42. It can be assigned automatically. You can press continuous. You can give the values again and again. So next one is example for the searching for the smallest values. So finding the smallest elements in the array name, if the f smallest is the array name is a size, you can locate the variable's name. So, n number of smallest values you can put to calculate and compress. It can be or compress or otherwise it's a compress is small with the rest of the values in f smallest at one at a time. When on elements is smaller than current value contained in a small, it is assigned to n small. The process finally place the smallest array elements n small. For example, you give the any values that can be to searching the, for examples, you can assign the four values, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a sorted order or unsorted order. First, you can the list out the every programming, so you can assign then the first basic is the unsorted the elements can be given to the programs. Every programs you can do assign the values, the minimum values is a sequential order, that is to search. So you can to search the whole elements. For example, a of 10 values, you can assign the memory locations. For example, here you can assign the memory locations. The index, for example, store the data type integer 43, 70, 56, 81, and 97. You can search the smallest values. The smallest values here can be to post the 43. There is the minimum number. That is the smallest numbers. The smallest number indexing is a 0. The student's marks can be indexing is the stores. The memory locations can be to 43. The values can be to store in the memory locations can be 43. The storage in this types integer 0. The index can be subscript the storing the initiate for the 0. The students marks 0. That is the also can be to assign the smallest to searching the smallest values. Next one is the biggest, searching the biggest elements. So biggest elements here using the here give the some elements. You can do the biggest values to given the arrays. You can do decide to 41.50, 12, 41.50 minus 31.20 minus 45.0, 33.0, 20 minus 21.20 minus 24.10, 0.70, 3.20, 0.50. Searching the biggest value, the given array is 41.50. So you can press the values, buttons, you can continue the again. So you can give the elements and searching in the sequence order or otherwise the biggest elements. For another example, I give the show me the beginning. So this is the biggest elements is the 97. Here the biggest elements 97. So that can we store the students mark 999. It's the array name. Students mark is the array name. It's the size of 999. So 97 is the biggest marks. The smallest marks means 43. 97 is the biggest marks. You can searching and you can do point out to display the automatically to search and display the space. That is the searching concept can be using the smallest and the biggest. So next is the locations. Searching locations given values. So searching locations means the which locations can be to the values can be stored. So you can do that. In here the store is the reverse ordered. Reverse order can be the value can be continued. For example, here the first here can be to store the reverse order. Here the store the values on 97, 81, 56, 70, 43, the reverse order. So automatically that's going to search the reverse order. That can be to specify for the reverse order processing. Reverse order processing, the biggest values. For examples, biggest values, reverse order, the biggest values 97. Okay, are you understand, guys? So next one is just storing and reading the storing and reading as a string of content and its index. For examples, here using the I array x 0 to 5. So you can assign the 0 size 0 is can be assigned the 3. So I array x, so 1. You can assign the values 8. I array x2 of 2 equal to 2. I array x of 3 equal to 9. I array x4 equal to 4. I array x5 equal to 1. That is the given to the elements. It can be automatically reverse order. Those elements can be to reserve order. So 1, 4, 9, 2, 8, 3. Do you understand? If you are not understand, on the hand you can, the reverse order means that is the reverse order 97, 81, 56, 70, 47. That is the reverse order. So next one is the two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array have a two subscript or index. The first subscript refer to the row and the second or to the columns. The declaration have the following forms: data types, array name, first dimensional size, second dimensional size. So data types, for example, data types is int. So next, array name. Array name is a x integer. It is a array name. So next one is a one-dimensional size is a 3. So two-dimensional size is 4. 4. So next one is a float. Float is a data type. The syntax can be data types, the float. Next, array name. Next one is the array name. So matrix now. Matrix now. Matrix now. So next one is the one-dimensional size 20, two-dimensional size 25. The first line declare x integer as an integer array with the 3 rows and 4 columns. The second line to declare the matrix num, the floating point array with the 20 rows and 25 columns. You can assign. For examples, the integer you can using the 2 bytes. The floating can be using the 4 bytes. The memory locations can be to allocate. If we assign the initial string values of 2D, it will be the locator, the something like following character name. For example, size 6 and 10. It's a 6 is a row, 6 rows, and 10 is a column. 10 columns can be assigned here. So equal to the Mr. Bean, Mr. Bush, Nicole Kidman, Arnold, Judy. So 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6 rows of the names. So can be assigned the name. Okay. So next one is the column. This is the 10 is the column. For example, we can initialize the array with the 6 strings, each with maximum 9 characters long. If duplicated in the rows and columns, it will be uh, look something like the following and can be considered as a conjugation arrangement in the memory. For examples, 0 to here can be using the 6. 6 is a row. Already I am told no, 6 is a row. Here 0 to 5. A of 6 means 0 to 5. Already I am told no. Here also assign the 0 to 5. 6 rows can be to assign here. That is the index values. So next one is the here can be assigned the tail. That is a already told it's a column 0 to 9. So 0 to 9 columns can be assigned. Automatically here using the 2D array. Okay, so 2D array that is the index. So name the row and column equal to name 0 and 0 of 0 0. Okay, 0 0 means you can assign the first characters. Yeah. So next character. போதும்னா எனக்கு ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லப்பா. Thank you guys.